Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, your girl, the one and only Tiffany E, aka Sexline TV2, and I am here to give you guys all of the tea when it comes to wrestling and maybe a little bit of odds and ends in between there. So why don't you go ahead, go get your snacks, go get your juice, go get you a good drink, a good glass of wine if you can drink it. If you're underage, don't be drinking, okay? Go on and get you some juice or something and sit back and listen as we kiki and holler about wrestling. Because over here, you get a plethora of things when it comes to my show, okay? You get wrestling commentary.
No benefit of the doubt. Dr. Phil say don't do that. Dr. Phil say when somebody show you who they are, and so did Maya Angelou, believe them. Them two hoes are snakes. They been snakes, and them hoes was like that when you got there, and they like that now, so fuck them both. And they did the right thing by letting them headline WrestleMania. They most definitely deserve to headline WrestleMania. And that is how you close a mania.
What else we get? You'll also get a weekly recap of every single show that WWE has to offer. Monday Night Raw after show, NXT after show, and of course a Friday Night SmackDown after show. You'll also get a recap of all the Big 5 PLEs. I even do the Saudi shows for you. And then, if it's good and worth the time, I may even throw a little AEW in there. But of course, I will do my best to make sure I recap as many PLEs as possible. If I don't have it, then I'll throw it to one of my friends who do know it. We also cover pop culture, and we have really good time over here with lifestyle and just giving advice. So, if you're ready, it's showtime. And that is on the ancestors, baby. Hold tight, y'all. Give me 5 seconds. I promise we're going to get started, okay? All right. What's the matter? You okay? I got something for you. Don't worry about it. What's wrong with you? You was just happy a few seconds ago. What happened? You're tired of being sick. It's okay. It's going to go away. Okay? You got to drink plenty of water, though. Right? And you have to keep yourself clean. That's how you're going to get rid of it. I promise. Okay? You trust me? Found it? Very good. All right. I'm going to give you enough of it. I know you don't like it, but it's going to help. Down the hatch. You can take it back. Down the hatch. Let me see you drink it. All of it. Drink it. Go rinse it out. Very good. Alrighty. I had to take care of my nephew right quick, y'all, but I'm going to get to Monday Night Raw. I got to watch it, and the Celtics got put out of the playoffs today. Period. Miami's going to the playoffs. Oh. Miami's going to the playoffs. They're going to the finals. And I live for it all. We good now? Get it coming. Get yourself a gummy. Octavius, come here. One.
You only need one. No, get one. Good night. Good night. Bed. To bed, I said. Get on out of here. Ow. You dropped it right on that toe, didn't you? No, you actually my actual foot. Give me that cord so I can charge my phone. That white one. Just grab the big white block. The whole thing. Pick the. That's funny. Thank you, love. Can do clothes. Can do clothes. Can do clothes. Please. Okay. I hope everybody had a happy Memorial Day. Mine was long. But like I said, it was my dad's 60th birthday. So he did a lot. He got a nice watch for his birthday. We fed him a lot. He had peach cobbler instead of cake for his birthday. As long as he was happy, that's all that mattered. All right. So let's get into Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. It was a pretty quiet show. We did do 2 men's qualifying matches, but they didn't do any women's qualifying matches. They did. I ain't seen no women's qualifying matches. Thank you.
Ooh. Damn, not welcome home cheating. That's fucked up. Somebody just please. Even though the water boy's a cheater.
Oh, so they're gonna put the women on next Monday. Okay, cool.
Who qualified for the men outside of regular?
Shinsuke did.
There was only 2 qualifying matches that they had.
Yeah, it seems that way. Okay, so I am going to talk about what I saw, and you guys can tell me the rest if I missed anything. Okay, y'all always come in and help me out, so I appreciate that. It's okay, babe. I'll clean off the bed in a minute, so just hold tight. All right, so today was qualifying matches for Money in the Bank. We had 2. Okay, we had Bronson Reed going up against it's actually Ricochet going up against Miz, and Bronson Reed went up against Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, the first match that we had after the promo that Seth Rollins cut with Judgment Day, which led to a match with AJ Styles and 2 members of the Judgment Day, which happened to be Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Rhea Ripley and Dominic were on the outside, and we'll get to that in a second. But they decided to have Seth open the show, seeing as how he is your inaugural World Heavyweight Champion. He has the new belt. Congratulations to you, Seth freaking Rollins. We love that for you, babe. Okay. I did not even get to do commentary today. It was a hectic day. Anyways, Seth freaking Rollins opened up the show and he gave us a nice speech about winning. And then AJ Styles came out. And AJ Styles did a very good thing. He basically told Seth freaking Rollins that he earned the right to call himself the World Heavyweight Champion. He earned his place at the top of the mountain. And, he showed a sign of respect, which if you know Seth freaking Rollins and AJ Styles' backstory, then And you know that these two men have storied past, but they've always had a mutual respect for each other, and it showed tonight as well as at Night of Champions. This all got interrupted by creepy ass weirdo Finn Balor and his merry band of idiots called the Judgment Day. They all came out there and were mocking AJ Styles and Seth freaking Rollins because they were congratulating each other and giving each other a pat on the back for a job well done. They didn't like it, and quite frankly, Damian Priest and Finn Balor were not even talked about this week. They were not even over in Jeddah this week. Not even for like the cameos. They had Edge, they had LA Knight, they had Montez Ford and Dawkins over there, and they even had Omos doing cameos during Night of Champions. They weren't even invited to do that, babe. Okay, so they weren't there. They were living their best life here in the States somewhere, doing whatever it is the fuck they be doing. Either way, they started mocking AJ Styles and the current new champion, and this led to them goading in them into a match. It was a tag team match between between AJ Styles and Seth Rollins versus two members of the Judgment Day. And like I said, they chose Finn and Damian Priest. In the end, Seth freaking Rollins and Seth and AJ both won the match. I can't talk today. So we weren't gonna have the World Heavyweight Champion lose his first night as the champion. Oh, nay. It had to be Judgment Day to eat that. Even though they run Monday Night Raw, they definitely were face down, ass up tonight. So kudos to you, bitch, for all that shit, I guess. I mean, you gave us a nice little piece. It was a fatal four-way match between the tag teams. They were all trying to vie for the Raw, for just the tag team championships for the women. And well, it would have worked out in Shotzi and Raquel's favor if Shotzi had not miscalculated or counted out Ronda Rousey and her ability to be able to utilize that armbar at a given's notice. Shotzi went in for her move, jumping off that top rope, and well, Ronda was able to cinch in that armbar, and Shotzi immediately tapped. Match is over, and Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey are your new women's tag team champions. Now, a lot of people aren't happy about it, but you kind of saw that coming the moment that they won at WrestleMania. If you weren't paying attention, that's kind of your fault. But whether you like it or you love it, they won. Let me do the top commenters of the day. I did not do that today, and I apologize. So, top commenters of the day go to Icy Brazy, Kenny, and of course Lamar. Two of my moderators with Donnie and Kenny, and then you've got Icy Brazy. He was numero uno today. Kayla was in before I went live, so shout out to Kayla because she's always here. But thank y'all for coming in and being my top commenters of the day. My moderators are here. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. They maintain the chat for me, and any weirdos that come in are immediately kicked out. So I appreciate that. Hey Tiff, hey everyone. I missed the pay-per-view after show, but I left you a whole nasty view and like though. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hello, Janelle. How are you? He said SB told Young Miami to not show up or watch the game. Damn. Oh, did she curse him the last time? Shoot. Hello, Leah. Sonya and Chelsea was so close. They were. They were. But ultimately, I kind of figured it would go to Ronda. So, and Shayna. So I'm not surprised by that at all. I should call Donnie Lamar. That's his name. It just sounded so strange at first. That's his name. I read it as it was in the box. His name is what it is. I didn't. I'm so used to calling him Don, but I read the name instead of me just recognizing what I saw and calling him by what we call him. I read his name off out of the box. So I apologize, Donnie. Thank you. Child, she tired. I can see that. Hello, Nicole. How are you? They said they never win when she at the games. Oh my God. I used to think that way too. I was watching a game and I was like, if I watch this game, they're gonna lose. And every game that I was watching, that I watched from the beginning to the end, they lost. So I was determined to not watch this game today. Anyways, the girls put on a pretty decent match. I wasn't mad about the match. I actually enjoyed it from what I got to see. I don't know. I just wish that they would have done it. Oh, you got to go to work in the morning? Okay, Nicole, no worries. I just wish they would have done it so that maybe Chelsea and Sonya got the belts and then they dropped it to Ronda and Shayna, or maybe Raquel and Shotzi got the belts back, got the belts. Shotzi got to at least hold the belt for a hot minute and then dropped it to Ronda and Shayna. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I kind of felt like I'm a little indifferent when it comes to this win. I want to see where this is gonna go. I love Sean. I love Ronda, but I want to see where this is go because she hasn't been hitting like I want her to hit lately, and that's not even because she's a heel. It's just because. So she wrestled pretty well today, so I'm not mad at it. I just I just really wanted Shotzi to have her moment, and they keep getting her closer and closer to the edge, and she doesn't really get the ticket. You know what I'm saying? And she did okay in this match. She wasn't as sloppy as she is sometimes. She was pretty focused. I kind of liked her in this match, and I liked the way she performed. I wouldn't mind seeing her challenge. Isn't she on SmackDown? Hmm. I wouldn't mind seeing her challenge Rhea Ripley if they gave her a fair shot, and it wasn't just like it wasn't just like an immediate bruiser type of match like they did with Natalia. But I said Sonya and Chelsea could have won, and Ronda and Shayna could have been working for the next 5 weeks and beat them at Money in the Bank. I get that, Don. I do. To me, I don't mind Chelsea and Sonya having it for that small amount of time. And like I said, I wouldn't have minded if Raquel got it back with Shotzi. It would have been specifically for Shotzi. Because I feel like out of all of them, Shotzi is the most marginalized and she hasn't been seen as much. So I would have loved if Shotzi would have gotten the opportunity. But, Triple H has a plan. Sometimes we have to just let Kratos do his job and see how it all plays out. Right? So the two qualifying matches happened. I got to see Ricochet and Miz's match. This was actually a really good match. Ricochet showed out and Miz was out there working. This was a good match. I gonna be honest, and y'all are gonna be like, what? I wouldn't have cared if Miz got to be in this match or not. I would not have been mad about it. I actually would have been like, okay, this is gonna be partially decent, mainly because Miz works really well in matches like this. And I find that when he has somebody that really makes him work in a match, somebody like Ricochet, he has a really good showing. And I feel like if he was in this Money in the Bank match and they had a well rounded set of people in there, that this would actually be really, really fun because you've got a nice, conniving, do dirty type of dude in there who's willing to do anything, and then you can have any weapon at your disposal: ladders, chairs, sledgehammers, tables, whatever. That's Miz's element, man. Like, he's never going to do anything by the book. This is all going to be a one and done type of thing, man. So I was really excited for him, but I was glad that Ricochet won that opportunity, mainly because I really wanted to see Ricochet in a ladder match doing his high flying shit because Ricochet shines the best in a ladder match. He has that really cool capability of being able to just show up and show out in those types of matches. That's his best element. Like that's his greatest element. So I would have loved that. I would have loved that. Sorry, y'all. I saw a clip and I thought that was too funny. Hold tight, y'all. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. All right. So there were a couple new things that happened today, along with all of the Money in the Bank qualifiers. I like how they're doing this. Next week, you're going to get two women's Money in the Bank qualifiers. They have two men qualifiers here. You have a man and a woman's qualifier on Friday. So I kind of dig this. Okay, it's like they know they have more people on Raw, so they're giving the women their time on Raw next week. The men got their time this week. I'm like, okay, I get it now. The next qualifier match that we had tonight was between Bronson Reed and Shinsuke Nakamura. This match was brutal between the two of them. Bronson Reed is a fucking problem. If we're gonna be honest, he is truly a monstrous of size of a man. However, he could not contend with Shinsuke Nakamura's speed and just his wrestling prowess overall. Shinsuke had an answer for just about everything Bronson Reed was dishing out. And ultimately, what it came down to was Shinsuke's capability to have resilience. Bronson Reed thought he had everything in the bag. He's very reliant on all of his power and brawn. And that's where he made his biggest mistake because Shinsuke Nakamura has the ability to be resilient, even though he's going to be knocked down, he immediately can recover. And then he has a striking capability that is unmatched in the WWE. Bronson Reed just had no answer and he could not contend with Shinsuke Nakamura and what he brought to the table. Shinsuke Nakamura qualified along with Ricochet. So now in the Money in the Bank match currently, it's going to be Ricochet and Shinsuke Nakamura. Just by those two names alone, this match is going to be fun. Let me see y'all comments. Let me see. Ricochet pulls his whole heart and soul in every match he does. And I'm popping in for a quick sec. My neck has been killing me today, and I'm gonna head to bed soon. Okay, Tears, I don't want you to strain yourself. So if you are in pain, please, please, please get yourself some rest. If it gets worse, I need you to get your ass up and go to the hospital. I need you to do that. Okay? Don't sit there and be in pain all day. I need you to go to the hospital. Maybe you tweak your neck or something. You know, you got a little twinge or whatever, or a pinched nerve. That can cause pain, but you need to go to the doctor if it doesn't get better. So, we got a couple of things to talk about as well. So, we had a couple things happen throughout the show that was a little interesting. Okay. She said, not get my ass, get your ass up and go to the hospital. Not gonna lay there and be in pain, sis. That's not happening. All right. So we got a couple of promos that were cut today. We already went over Seth freaking Rollins' promo, so let's cut to Trish Stratus and her promo. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't listen. Only because as much as I love Trish, I'm well aware of what she's capable of and what she can do and how she can be. Do I think that she obviously was going to gloat and obviously say, well, see, I told you? Yeah, that's pretty much what I assumed was going to happen. Then she brought out Zoe, and Zoe's no lip having ass came out there and was talking mad shit. And I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. Trish was still dressed in her Saudi best with her boots on. And she loved a good pair of boots, child. That heifer will never wear regular shoes. She always got on some goddamn boots. Anyways, that's when Becky came out there still giving her best Beatrix Kiddo from Kill Bill. That bitch looked good in that outfit. I don't care what nobody say. She came out there and was like, bitch, let's cut to the bullshit. You dressed in your gear and I'm dressed in my gear, so why don't we just fight it out right now? She punched Zoe dead in her motherfucking face. Trish got a damn bruise from motherfucking money in, from Night of Champions from when Becky punched her in her shit. They was going at it. Now, if it hadn't been for Zoe, or at least if Trish hadn't had Zoe as backup, this story might have ended differently. I see where this is going. I see how this is being set up. At some point, Lita is going to show up, and she's going to show up for Becky's team. And it's going to be Becky and Lita versus Trish and Zoe Stark. Okay? They beat the hell out of Becky today. Obviously, Becky took a hell of a beating, which is usually not Triple H's MO. He usually will go for more of a tit for tat type of thing. He will have them lose at a pay per view, and then in the following show, they'll get some type of comeuppance. That's usually how Trip works. And sometimes he throws us a little bit of a curveball, but he also is trying to tell stories here. So in this case, Becky is beat down. She doesn't have anybody on her team, especially after the last couple of years that Becky's been around. She doesn't really have a lot of people that like her, kayfabe wise. So who's gonna come to her aid? Who's gonna fight by her side? The only person that I can think of is Lita. Lita was taken out by Trish a couple months ago, mainly because she was jealous of the fact that her and Becky were tag team champions and she was not. She didn't like being the third wheel. She didn't like being the odd man out. So when it came down to it and she really wanted to cause a ruckus, she went on ahead and took her out and then took out Becky simultaneously. So now here we are, stuck in a parallel universe where fucking Zoe Stark is running around with Trish Stratus. We're just stuck. I saw a post that says Zoe look older than Trish. That's because, never mind. Boots make her look tall. Girl, shoes make her look tall. Okay. Jolene did so good on Becky's gear. Oh. Becky was doing good for a minute, fighting both of them bitches. Facts. Till sis got kneed in the face again. It's just, to me, I'm all for a good heel moment. It still irritates my soul, which which I'm not mad about because I like a good story too. I know that at some point Becky will have her vengeance, you know, but it's sometimes it can be so dissatisfying for me to watch shit like that. And what makes it bad is like the heels always glow so heavy when they win, and then when they lose, it's obviously somebody else's fault, right? So I don't see Zoe and Trish maintaining their alliance beyond Money in the Bank, because it looks like it's gonna lend to Money in the Bank as to when these two or four women are gonna clash. Because if she loses, which she most likely will lose, at Money in the Bank, because they're going to extend this out to having a one-on-one at WrestleMania, and that's where Becky is more than likely going to pick up the win. But my point is, if she loses at Money in the Bank, she's not going to accept accountability. It's going to be fucking Zoe's fault, which I don't give a shit. I don't like Zoe no way. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, they never take accountability for anything, which is typical of a heel. I get it. I'm just saying, it's like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't when it comes to. I don't think she's winning that qualifying match. No, I don't. I don't think she's gonna win it. Girl, yes, never mind, because them chapped baby lips that Zoe Starks got, child. No, I don't think Becky's gonna win this qualifying match. I think Zoe's probably gonna cost her that match, and then Becky's probably gonna cost Zoe hers. Um, One of them is not getting into Money in the Bank. Natalia's getting into Money in the Bank. Every fucking year, Natalia is in Money in the Bank. She's going. Natalia, I don't know what it is about her, but Natalia's ass always gets the big bags. Like, that bitch can be in the back sitting down for weeks, and Jetta, or they'll be going overseas to fucking they'll be going overseas to the UK, or they'll be going overseas to Saudi. Her ass is on that fucking plane every single time. Every time it's a battle royal or it's like Royal Rumble, Natalia's in there. They're never gonna let her not be in it. That woman is always getting a bag. They get no less than $100,000 for going overseas to Saudi. No less than that. So her ass was over there. She didn't even get to have a good match. Like, and I know she was pulling in at least a mil. Like, I know she was pulling in some money. I know she was. There's just no fucking way. That cat lady is rich as fuck, because every single time they have something PLE wise, special, or anything like that, her ass is always there. It's like, god damn. Yeah, Tirzah, I think she's gonna lose. I really do. Like, her and Grayson Waller need to drink more water. Babes, please get you some. You, Grayson, I see Grayson trying, but Grayson and Zoe, they need some good Laneige or a good Elf lip mask. The Elf ones is cheap. You know, y'all need to get it together, because y'all always look like y'all are dying on the inside. Because Natty is always willing to take a bump. Girl, child. How many bumps do she need to take? How many bumps do she need to take? Natty loves her some Money in the Bank. That hoe is going to be in that. Stop. Her ass is going to be in Money in the Bank. She always is. That cat lady is rich. Sis got to keep up with her Louis Vuitton obsession. And you know what? Like, you know what I've noticed? And my dad says this often. The richest people are the least flashiest people. Natalia is one of the most basic bitch type of dressers I've ever seen in my life. But is nothing she have on is ever cheap. Like, everything she wears is always something designer, from the belt to the jeans to them damn tank tops, boots. All that shit be designer. That girl don't wear no Shein or Fashion Nova or none of that shit. Okay? None of it. None of that shit. She don't need it. Her ass don't need to be in Money in the Bank. Put Candace in there. Let Candace be in Money in the Bank. Candace will make it fun. No shade to Natalia, but goddamn, I don't want to see her ass in. I don't want to see her ass in that match. Right? Always gotta find a way. She always is getting the bag. One thing you definitely need to know If you ever get in WWE and Natalia ass still gonna be there. If any of y'all if y'all go to WWE, her ass gonna be there. Go ask her how you keep the bag. Go ask her, cause her ass gonna know. Okay? Cause Natalia is always getting an extra bag. She always on TV. She always making some money somehow. Okay? Ooh, child. Eh, I like it. I was low key looking at a Louis bag earlier. Oh, I'm pretty picky when it comes to my bags. I like certain companies. Like I like Fly. I like Dooney and Burke. Dooney and Burke is just my aesthetic. I just like the way those bags look. Um, and I like a nice little pillbox bag. I like a nice tote. Like bags are my thing. I love a good bag. But they don't necessarily have to be designer, but I do like good designer bags. But I don't have any Louis Vuittons. I don't have any of those. I just want to see Candace get thrown around. Shut up. Is that so hard to do? I mean, they did a nice video package for her today, so I thought that was cute. I love these video packages Triple H been giving everybody lately. Candace's was nice to see. I would love to see her in Money in the Bank. It was a very nice video package for her, and I like that they do that because oftentimes you forget that people are still on the roster or that they're still back there, and I think that's their way of keeping you informed of who's there. They did one today for the Disco Twins. um I was like, okay girl, whatever worked for you. Anyway, so like I said, next week we got two qualifying matches. Both of them are for the women's Money in the Bank. Natalia and Zoe Stark will be competing, and you're gonna have Becky Lynch going up against Sonya Deville. No, I don't think Becky is gonna win hers. I think that's either Zoe or um, Trish is gonna cost her match, and Chelsea's going to be out there, obviously, and Sonya's going to be able to capitalize. It'll be good for Sonya to be able to get in Money in the Bank. And then, of course, you have Zoe and Natalia. Now, Natalia may beat Zoe clean, and Zoe doesn't get in there. Zoe might get a distraction provided via Becky Lynch. Who knows? But one of them is not going to Money in the Bank. Zoe might go in over Natalia. She might. But I'm going to lean towards what I said the first time. I think they're both going to cause a distraction for each other. I have a hard time justifying paying over $1,000 for a bag, but I may treat myself yesterday for St. Teresa's Day. Next year for St. Teresa's Day. Do I have a hard time justifying that purchase? No, because it's something that I wanted and I'm going to buy it. Damn the cost of it. If I got the money, I'm buying it. To me, when I buy the bag, is it the way I justify it is if it's overrated. If the bag is of good quality, I do not mind paying for good quality. But my thing is there's some bags that are on Shein and Temu that are just as good, if not better. And I just feel like it's unnecessary for it to be that expensive just to say I have a Louis bag. Do I think that they're nice bags? Of course. They're gorgeous bags. But like I can get I can get over 30 bags with the amount of money I would spend on one bag and still have money left over to go shopping for more shit. You know what I'm saying? But if it was something that I really wanted and I couldn't buy the replica or duplicate in it, I would definitely get that bag. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's hard to find good dupes of those bags. She said, I'm carrying the bag from Shein right now, period. They got good bags. They got good vendors on there. You just got to find the right one. Tim said, I can have another you in a minute, period. Even a Louis wallet is like $700. That's crazy. You know what? I was looking to see if they had a Louis outlet store because they have a Coach outlet where you can get Coach bags for like 30, 40, sometimes 50, 60% off. But I didn't see one. I'm gonna look and see if I can find one because that's how my dad be getting all his bags. My dad got this one dope ass bag. I'm gonna steal it. He gonna hide his bags now because my sister she be in there shopping. Oh, it is a Louis Vuitton outlet. Ooh, I need to shop there. Is it the one online? And through 24s.com. What's that? Hold on, y'all. They want $4,000 for some motherfucking bags. Y'all hoes tripping. Anyway, matter of fact, it'll be here in a minute. I'm tempted to go to Street and get a fake. To the naked eye, no one would know my bag ain't real. You might be on to something, but is the question is, do you care that it's real or fake? Because if you don't care, then it shouldn't matter. Any whoosies. I often wonder what people can find in the thrift stores in places like California. I'd be so surprised that many of those bags end up there for less. They definitely do. But you know what? Because thrifting has become such a big thing now, especially with TikTok and social media, using that as content, a lot of it is picked over. So I try to go to consignment stores and get that kind of stuff, or you can go to resellers like thereal.com. They have actual stores, but they're going to resell it to you at like below retail value, but you're still going to pay hundreds of dollars for it. There used to be a website called Bag Borrow and Steal where you can like borrow Louis Vuitton bags and stuff and then like send it back after you use it, which I thought was a phenomenal idea, but I don't think that website is up anymore. Anyways, she said, I don't give a fuck. Well, then, bitch, go get you one. Yeah, but people go thrifting like they're going to Walmart over there. They do. They do. I'll be carrying around a Chanel bag instead of a Chanel bag and make that shit look good. No one would know. Well, then there it is then. You make anything look good. Oh, look at Aaliyah giving a compliment. So sweet. There were a few things that we saw today. Now, Dolph Ziggler had a match with JD McDonough. Dolph Ziggler has been putting over a lot of people as of lately. He hasn't really been wrestling or working as hard as he usually does. And I don't know. They just haven't been using Dolph as much. I don't know what is going on, but Dolph is being used to put over a lot of the younger or newer up and coming talent. And in this case, Dolph and JD McDonough had a little run in last week when it came to the Battle Royal to decide who Walter's next opponent was going to be. JD McDonough got eliminated by Dolph Ziggler, and he didn't like that shit. So Dolph Ziggler pretty much got a taste of his own medicine this week in a really bad way. This match ended in a double countout. And when the match ended, JD McDonough just got really sick and sadistic. He slammed Dolph Ziggler's head in between the steel steps, I want to say, because when I look back, Dolph Ziggler was on the floor writhing in pain and holding his head. I didn't get to see exactly what he did to JD McDonough. I wish I did, but I didn't. Oh, excuse me. I didn't get to see that. So if one of you saw it in the comments, please tell me what happened. Because I know that he got hurt. I know that he was beating him up, but and it took the ref to pull JD McDonough back. But I don't know exactly what he did. She said, now people going broke trying to get Birkins is fucking ridiculous. Thank you, Aaliyah. Honestly, I don't like Birkin bags enough to buy them. I think they're overhyped and just ridiculous. Like Just Fab has some really good dupes of Birkins, Dooney and Burke bags, and all of that. The only thing I don't like about Just Fab is the more that you use the bag, the more tore up it gets. So it's cheaply made, and I don't like that. Like I've got bags that I've gotten from Shein, bags that I've gotten from Temu, and they have a better quality than Just Fab bags. And I'm just like, ugh, I despise a terrible bag. If it's, I want the bag to look nice. It shouldn't be of horrible quality like that. It should be gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Anywhoosies, y'all. So JD McDonough went ballistic and attacked Dolph Ziggler, and the West had to rave him off in order for him to stop. Kevin and Sammy came out there obviously to celebrate their big win over Roman Reigns. Roman got taken out, baby. He was not a happy camper after that match was over. This was the picture that we all saw after Night of Champions. Meanwhile, his cousins were all the way at the top of the ramp with Jay Uso wondering what the ramifications of his brother's consequences were going to be. And with Jimmy Uso telling him that we got to look out for ourselves and our cousin is not our cousin no more. But overall, Roman Reigns did not get those tag team championships to be able to celebrate with his 1,000 days of being champion, which he will celebrate that on SmackDown this Friday. And I am sure he is going to be in one of the foulest moods due to the fact that his cousins are the reason why he is not even close to becoming the undisputed champion with every title that we could possibly grab, with the exception of the U.S. Championship and, of course, the Intercontinental Championship. Roman Reigns is going to be pissed, obviously. And Solo, too. Solo took a double super kick from both of his brothers. Even though it was an accident, they still took that kick. Not to mention, they cost Solo an opportunity at being the champion as well. So this could have double ramifications for our distinguished twins. But I'm just glad that somebody finally put Nino Brown, aka Victor Sweet, in his place. However, I don't know how this is all going to play out on Friday, but I know that Roman isn't going to be happy. And we're all going to be witness to some really treacherous shit this coming Friday. But I don't know. I'm excited for it. I kind of want to see how this is all going to play out. It's going to be very, 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 very interesting. With all that being said, The Undertaker has some more shows added to his One Dead Man show. And his show is going to return to the UK this summer. He's going to be going to UK, London, UK, Wolverhampton, UK, Manchester, UK, and Glasgow, UK. He's going to be at Indigo at the O2 Arena, the Halls in Wolverhampton, and he's going to be Albert Hall and O2 Academy in Glasgow and Manchester, UK. So if you care and if you want to go see The Undertaker do his One Dead Man show, then go ahead and get your tickets and fly on over to the UK and go see your guy perform. It's going to be a good time. At least that's what he wants us to believe. If you choose to believe such things, then yes, it will be a good time. Now, I told you the qualifying matches are set and they are happening on each show. And of course, Money in the Bank is going to be Saturday, July 1st in the UK in London at the O2 Arena. The next pay-per-view we have that has been announced is SummerSlam. It's going to be August 5th at the Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. And of course, the next pay-per-view for NXT is the Great American Bash. It is going to be in Cedar Park, Texas. And this is a PLE, which means it's going to be exclusively on the Peacock Network. And this is going to be 29 days after the Money in the Bank PLE. So we've got some pretty decent shares. While they say they're giving us a break, we're not really getting one because They're coming in, they're rolling in. In between that time, there's going to be a show, All In is going to happen at the London Arena in London as well, but it's going to be sometime after Money in the Bank, I believe. There's going to be some time after Money in the Bank. Now, Friday, we've got 2 more qualifying matches from SmackDown. You're going to have Lacey Evans and Zelina Vega fighting it out for their opportunity to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match in London. And then you're going to have Montez Ford and LA Knight fighting it out for their opportunity to qualify for Money in the Bank as well. So there's a lot going on, and we got a lot of stories to build. Money in the Bank seems to be shaping itself up. This is how I like it. Everything is flowing. Everything is moving. There's nothing stagnant. We love that. There was a promo cut by Kevin and Sammy in the middle of the ring talking about their historic win, to go back to what I was talking about. And of course, they were interrupted by Imperium. Now it looks like Imperium are the next set of tag teams to challenge for those undisputed championships. Hopefully Imperium will take them off of Kevin and Sammy, and they will be able to go and back to singles competitors, and we'll get to see some new fresh stuff going on when it comes to the guys. With all that being said, that was Monday Night Raw. It was a pretty simple show. There wasn't a lot going on. The focus was on the Money in the Bank qualifiers, Seth freaking Rollins and the tag team champions. Other than that, we did get new champions in Ronda and Shayna, which congratulations to them. This makes Shayna a 2-time tag team champion, and of course Ronda, this is her first. But we got new champions, so we're gonna wait and see how this all is gonna play out and how people are gonna contest the tag team champions and what they're gonna do with them. If they're gonna make them coveted or not. Oh. Tomorrow is NXT, and tomorrow we are going to be getting a weaponized steel cage match. It's fucking crazy. We're going to be getting a weaponized steel cage match. It's going to be insane. With JC Jane and, of course, Gigi Dolan. I'm going to put my money on Gigi Dolan. That's where my money's going to go. I think Gigi's going to win. Oh, excuse me. I'm really tired. Hold tight, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Like weapons on the cage? Yeah. I think that it's going to be very similar to Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho's steel cage match that they had, where the weapons were hanging inside the cage and they could utilize whatever weapons was hanging inside the cage. I think it'll be something like that. But hold tight. I'm going to give you guys the full facts. Oh my goodness, I am really tired. Hold on, y'all.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't desired.
I've been losing friends. friends are finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. Rolling 80 wheels in a safety. Riding on you. Gotta roll over to you, gotta give and release. Spread your legs downtown, so I'm going out to eat.
Okay, so the last promo that we got outside of Trish and Kevin's and Seth Rollins was Cody Rhodes. Now, Cody Rhodes seems to give a promo just about every other week. He gives a promo. Sometimes he attempts to give one and they kind of, segue into something else. But Cody gives a promo just about every other week. And obviously tonight, a hit dog will holler. He had his spirit broken at Night of Champions. You know, he didn't tap out. That's one thing he can't hold on to. And he did his damnedest to beat the damn brakes off of Brock Lesnar. No matter what you say about Brock Lesnar beating Cody Rhodes, it was not an easy feat. Cody Rhodes was whooping his ass for majority of that match. And had he had not been able to use that Chimera lock the way that he did, or at least Cody being able to find a way to counter that, his ass would not have beat Cody. He was tired, he was red, he was winded, and Cody was beating him in his forehead with that titanium cast the whole fucking time they was wrestling. So while Brock Lesnar may have won the battle, he definitely has not won the war. Cody Rhodes is still on this quest to best the beast, Brock Lesnar. Right now, they're 1-1, and Cody wants to make it so that one is the definitive winner and they can move forward. And he cut a promo today telling everybody and Brock Lesnar that obviously Brock was afraid of Cody Rhodes. Don't know how well that's going to go over with Brock Lesnar, but I would imagine sometime next week when Cody enters the ring for whatever match that he may be scheduled for, because we all know that he's going to be scheduled for a Money in the Bank qualifying match. He's going to get attacked and challenge will be accepted. Either that or he's going to have a promo cut next week and Brock Lesnar's going to be on video accepting the challenge and they're going to wrestle at Money in the Bank. This is the most time I've seen Brock Lesnar within a year in a very long time. And I'm sure his ass is like, I am tired. I don't wrestle this much ever in life. And that's fair because you don't. But whatever works for you, babe. Okay. That now we are done with with Monday Night Raw. That is everything. I've covered everything. You guys who are even listening to this in the replay, let me know what you think about Money in the Bank, the upcoming qualifying matches. If you think Becky's gonna win, if you think Zoe's gonna win, do you think Natalia's gonna get her infamous spot? If Natalia don't win, they always had that last chance match where one of them gets to go. And it's possible that Natalia could end up going in that route. But like I said, you guys comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about the Money in the Bank qualifiers, those who already qualified, and where you think that Money in the Bank is going to head. And let me know what you thought about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. It was a fairly decent show. There wasn't a lot of whim, bam, thank you, ma'am things going on, but it was a really solid, consistent show. And we love that for WWE. They've been churning out consistency ever since they had that hiccup with Monday Night Raw after Mania. They have been extremely consistent with their show from start to finish, and I can respect that. And I'm so thankful for that because, ooh, child, they be messing us up sometime, honey. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I know it was a short one. I usually give y'all quite a long show. I didn't even get to do commentary today. Like I said earlier, it was my dad's week, and that we gave him every single day that we could. My sister was here, my dad was here, my brother and his wife was here. Everybody was here. We had a good time, and we took dad and fed him today. We took him out yesterday, and we took him to where he wanted to go. He ate in, and he got his birthday present from my mom. So he's a happy camper. I'm just glad that he's happy and he was able to see 60 years. That's all that matters. With all that being said, everybody make sure you say happy birthday to my daddy. And I will see you guys in my next one. Y'all have a good night.
Thank y'all so much for being here, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for being a part of my show. Please be sure to check out my wrestling podcast, Down for the Count, with my girls, and of course, the personal podcast with the entertainment, pop culture, and news of the KTT podcast. Like I said before, we have pop culture that we just love to talk about. Okay, pop culture includes any and all celebrity news. I have the Red Rum True Crime series where I talk about all of the stories in the news that have to do with murder and anything very, very high profile in terms of murder. And of course, we have Am I the Asshole Fridays and Twitter stories. That includes my personal recap of the SBC chat and of course some Reddit Am I the Asshole stories that need my advice, honey, because I just love to talk. So, if you love me, please do me a favor, run on over there and follow both of my podcasts, because the wrestling podcast is where it's at when it comes to the wrestling. The girls always got it handled on that front, but y'all, my other podcast is my personal baby, and I really want it to pop off. So go over there and follow both of them. They're both available on Spotify, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in our next one. Bye.